Okay, I'm going to talk about the chip collection box I built for my DeWalt DW735 planer, and I use it with my other tools. You'll see here it's hooked up to my jointer, and also around on the other side, you can't see it here, is it's connected to the table saw, and it also goes up to the, there's a hose comes out, goes up to the dust collector. I piped up coming out of the planer into the chip box using some plumbing fittings, 4-inch PVC fittings, and I added a piece of hose in there vertically, so when you raise or lower the planer for different thickness material, then the hose just expands with it. Puts no strain on any of the fittings. It works out great. So everything runs into the box. I got the cheap plastic dust collection gates on there. I spaced out the gates between the joiner and the planer such that when the gates open for one, it closes the other all the way, and you flip it over the other way, it closes the planer off and opens the joiner all the way. So that makes it simpler when you're swapping back and forth. When you're doing you're squaring up material, you just flip one way or the other, or you can close them both and then go run the table saw, which I just showed here. Now I also set this up so that I can take the planer on this mobile stand out of the shop and use it elsewhere if I got really long pieces of wood to plane or I need to use it elsewhere. You just disconnect all the hoses, close all the gates, and the chip ejector in the planer will throw all the chips right into the box. Now the top of the box has a furnace filter mounted on it, and above that it has two flaps. Those flaps can open up when they're pushed out from the inside by the air from the chip ejector, but when you're pulling a vacuum on it from the dust collector, those flaps come down and seal off the area with the furnace filter so you don't lose air there. Now you lose a little bit of suction, yeah, but it still seems to work fine. I've been doing it for 10 years, works fine. So that's what I've been doing. So here I'll show you a few close-up shots of the gates. You can see how they're spaced out. Here it's set for the planer to throw chips into the box, and then now it's set for the joiner. You just slide it over, one closes, the other opens, and then you can also close them both off. And there's the table saw connection and the hose that runs out to the dust collector, which is the one on the top, and there it is going up to the ceiling, and it goes over to the dust collector. That 2-inch hose goes to my router, as you can see here. So I make use of that one drop to power three tools and the router. I'm never using them all at the same time, so it doesn't matter. Here you can see the planer's fully extended to almost near its maximum height. And here it's down at about 1 inch. So you can see how the hose collapses and keeps all that lined up. And here shows a filter on the top of the box. Now this box is really crudely made because I made it in a hurry and when I was in the middle of doing something. So it is what it is, but someday I'm going to make myself a better one. And maybe I'll do that soon, and I'll do